Hey, welcome to Flashback Mondays. If anybody has any suggestions for future Flashback Mondays, please let me know. We are slowly catching up to the present and I could use some ideas, so leave them in the comments, please. And also, if you could hit the like and subscribe, I would appreciate thumbs up. Even if you hate me, please hit the thumbs up. No negative comments, please. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm KRISTIA, KRISTIA. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, no fancy smancy stuff going on here. So, we are talking about February 2018. Kelly Bowen, A Duke in the Night. Now, if you'll excuse me a second, come over here, you pain in the caboose. No, mommy lost her paper. Okay. What? Where was I? Miss Bowen. Okay. Duke, scoundrel, titan of business, August Faulkner is a man of many talents, not the least of which enticing women into his bedchamber. He's known and reveled for buying and selling companies, accumulating scads of money, and breaking hearts. He has a reputation he wears like a badge of honor, and he intends to keep. Clara Haywood, headmistress of the Haverhill School for Young Ladies, on the other hand, is above reproach. Yet that when she's reunited with August, all she can think about is the way she left his arms as they danced a scandalous waltz 10 years ago. So, I guess we're headed for the bedroom, huh? Let's see. Lethal licorice. My mom loved black licorice. She loved the black and the red. It was just ew. It was just ew. Harvest, Ohio is a long way from New York City, where Bailey left a coveted job as a head chocolatier to take over Swissman Sweets, her Amish grandparents' candy shop. Now, while caring for her recently widowed grandmother, she plans to honor her grandfather's memory by entering the Amish confectionery competition. Between lavender blueberry fudge and chocolate cherry ganache truffles, Bailey may have bitten off more than she can chew when the research for the missing potbelly pig turns up a body suffering from sugar overload, the fatal kind. And the other one, I'm starting to collect these, and I'm starting to collect the other one. There's another Carol Perry, and she does the skeleton series, so I'm collecting those too. When Lee Barrett joins a former student's bridal party as a maid of honor, she expects cakes, testing, and dress fittings. But wedding planning becomes more peculiar when Lee's scrying talents could ever predict. There's a magical baker, a best man with a checkered past, and a talking crow named Poe as the ring bearer. There's also a kindly old dead man under his apple tree, one of a series of unexplained deaths hanging over the Wiccan community, with witches dropping dead before they even come out of the proverbial room closet. Lee's best friend River fears she might have somehow unleashed a terrible curse on the city. Now, aided by Poe and a clairvoyant cat, Lee sets out to investigate. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna go through this series soon. JOANNE FLUKE, Raspberry Danish Murder. Hannah has felt as bitter as November in Minnesota since Ross vanished without a trace and left their marriage to limbo. Still, she throws herself into baking frenzy for the sake of pumpkin pie and Thanksgiving-themed treats, while endless holiday orders pour into the cookie jar. Hannah even introduces a raspberry Danish pastry to the menu, and PK, her husband's assistant of Cow Pow TV, will be one of the first to sample it, but instead of taking a bite, PK, who is driving Ross's car and using his desk at work, is murdered. Oops. Heather Graham, Up in Flames. They were the band who had it all: fame, critical acclaim, richest talent. On the night Blue Heron's handsome treble drummer Keith Duncan dies. In a mysterious fire, all that begins to unravel, so does the marriage between bandmates Jordan and Kathy. 10 years later, Kathy has a satisfying life away from the spotlight, one she's reluctant to jeopardize for a one-off charity benefit. But Jordan wants the band to reunite at his Florida estate. He believes Keith's dream has no accident and is determined believes Keith's death was no accident and is determined to find out why everything went wrong. Yes, ma'am. Samantha Chase, one man, one more promise. Ambitious Paige Walters is ecstatic when she's hired to recruit celebrities for a children's literacy campaign. It's her chance to prove she's got the chops to make it in the family business. She certainly isn't going to let some fallen idol screw it up. But as the work begins, Paige and Dylan closer together, their attraction grows. That was not this one. My ham over here wants attention. Okay, where was I? Karen Harper, Shallow Grave. It's been 4 months since forensic psychologist Claire Britton last crossed paths with danger. Finally feeling like she can catch her breath, and together with a partner, criminal lawyer Nick Marwood, Claire has settled into a new role, volunteering with a support group for children stressed by domestic violence. But a leisurely field trip to a wildlife sanctuary turns deadly, leaving Claire to question whether the death was an accident, suicide, or something more sinister. Miss Sleepy. Lisa Gardner, look for me. A perfect autumn day in Boston is shattered when 4 family members are vicious gunned down in the comfort of their own home. Still missing a 16-year-old daughter, Roxanne Baez. Witnesses report that she took the family's 2 dogs for a walk shortly before the shooting. Was she lucky to have escaped the carnage, or does her absence speak of something more sinister? Sergeant Detective D.D. Warren is on the case, but so is survivor turned Avenger Flora Dame. Both are baffled by the tragic end of a family that once had a troubled past, but was now on the road to redemption. See what happens. Reminds me of Nixie Swisher, Survivor in Death, J.D. Robb. The whole family was killed except for Nixie. And the only reason she wasn't killed was that her best friend was sleeping over that night, so the killers mistaken her best friend for her. We will be doing this series at some point. I am a RHYS BOWEN fan. I've done the Molly Murphy series. Please check those out in my channel. RHYS BOWEN, the Tuscan Child. 1944 British bomber Hugo Langley parachuted from his stricken plane into the verdant fields of German-occupied Tuscany. Badly wounded, he found refuge in a ruined monastery and in the arms of Sophia Bartoli. But the love that kindled between them was shaken by an irreversible betrayal. And they come together 30 years later. Will they work it out? Yes, ma'am. Kelly Armstrong, This Fallen Prey. Do you ever get that feeling you're being watched? The Fallen Prey. When Casey first arrived in the off-the-grid town, an isolated community built as haven for people running from their past, she had no idea what to expect, with no cell phones, no internet, no mail, no way of getting in or out with the town's council approval. She certainly didn't expect to be the homicide detective on 2 separate cases or to be a romantic relationship with her boss. But the very last thing she expected was the council to drop dangerous criminal into their midst without a plan to keep him in prison and to keep others safe. And we have done this series, the Haven Rock series. We've read these books. That'd be spoiling it to tell you what happens after this one, but this is the one that starts it, and Haven Rock is the continuation series, and we've done the Haven Rock series on this channel. So check that out. Jonathan Kellerman, Night Moves. Even with all his years of experience, LAPD homicide detective Milo Sturgis knows there are crimes his skill and savvy cannot solve alone. That's when he calls on brilliant psychologist Alex Delaware to read between the lines, where the darkest motives lurk, and if even the good doctor's insight is needed, it's at the scene of a murder as baffling as it's brutal. There's no spilled blood, no evidence of a struggle, and thanks to the victim's missing face and hands, no immediate means of identification. No telling why the disfigured corpse of a stranger has disappeared in an upscale LA family's home. Chet Coven, the wife, and the teenage children are certain that John Doe is unknown to them. Despite that, their cooperation seems guarded, and that's more than Milo and Alex can elicit from the Covens' creepy next-door neighbor. Somebody's keeping something. Yes, ma'am. Lisa KLEYPAS. We love Mrs. KLEYPAS. She's over there on those bookshelves. She's over there. Hello, stranger. Did Barbara Streisand say that in a movie somewhere? Dr. Garrett Gibson, the only female physician in England, is daring and independent as any man. Why not take her pleasure like one? Yet she has never been attempted to embark on an affair until now. Ethan Ramson, a former detective for Scotland Yard, is as gallant as he's secretive. A rumored assassin whose true relatives are a mystery. For one exhilarating night, they're given to their passion. Is this a Regency or a regular? Summer 1876. The uneasy awareness crept along the nape of Garrett's neck until the fine hair stood on end. Lately, she had the feeling of being watched whenever she went on a weekly visit to the workhouse infirmary. Maybe she is. Maybe she isn't. I started this series and put it down. I don't remember why. I just remember putting it down. Melissa Clare, The Rufus Spy. October 10/93. 2 young men have been brutally beaten to death. A viciously third attacked. All 3 men are similar appearance, but could there be another connection? Lasser, meanwhile, has agreed to accompany their former lover Rollo on a perilous journey north in search of King William. On the relentless trail is a skilled, relentless, and ruthless assassin. Who is he, and why has he targeted Rollo? Don't know. All I know is that Rollo's the name of the dog in Outlander. Been doing a lot of Outlander lately. Surprise me! Oh yeah, don't forget, 7:45 every night on the D. Louise Book Series channel. We're talking about Diana Gabaldon's Echo and the Bone, Written My Own Heart Bart, and the Bees coming up soon. Surprise me! Oh, Miss Kinsella just passed away recently. I do recommend the very first 2. I think I tried the third and gave up. After that, it's up to your own discretion. But I do recommend the very first 2 Shopaholic series. It's hysterical. The very first 2 are really, really good. After that, it loses it. But the first one, Shopaholic, is worth looking at. And my condolences to Miss Kinsella's family. But check out her books. Her books will live forever. Um, After 10 years together, Sylvie and Dan have a comfortable home, fulfilling jobs, and beautiful twin girls, and they communicate so seamlessly they finish each other's sentences. They have a happy marriage and believe they know everything there is to know about each other until it's casually mentioned to them that they could be together for another 68 years, and panic sets in. They decide to bring surprises into their marriage to keep it fresh and fun, but in their pursuit of projected surprise me, from unexpected gifts to restaurant dates to sexy photo shoots, mishaps arise with disastrous and comical results. Oops. Will their relationship survive? And I'm gonna do this series. I love um the Domestic Diva series. I get a total chuckle out of that. Please go check out all those reviews for those books. And I love it how the main character just runs in her house and puts together a gourmet meal out of odds and ends in her refrigerator. I don't know about you, but I don't even come close to the same odds and ends that this lady has in her refrigerator. Not even close. Is there a synopsis? Oh, that's it. There it is. Color Me Murder, Krista Davis. By day, Flora manages Color Me Read bookstore in Georgetown, D.C. By night, she creates her own intricately decaled coloring books for adults, filling the pages with objects that catch her eye. There's plenty of inspiration in her new apartment, a beautiful carriage horse belonging to Professor John Maxwell, Florrie's boss. He offers the property to Florrie rent-free with one condition. She must move in immediately to prevent his curvaceous sister and nephew from trying to claim it. When this professor's nephew Delbert arrives, he proves just as sketchy as Florrie feared. But the following morning, Delbert has vanished. It's not until she visits the third floor of the store that she makes a tragic discovery. And, oh, one more. I didn't see this. I'm gonna do this one too. Sophie Ryan, The Fast and the Furriest. Sarah Grayson and her trusty feline companion race to tail the right suspect in their latest adventure. Sarah Grayson owns Second Chance, a shop that sells lovingly refurnished items to the charming town of North Harbor, Maine. But she couldn't run the store without the help of her right-hand man, Mac, or her dashing rescue cat, Elvis. Mac's life before North Harbor was always a little mysterious, but it becomes a lot more intriguing when a woman from his past shows up in town and then turns up dead, and Max is the prime suspect. Could have seen that coming. So that's it to Flashback Monday. I don't think. Hold on a second. Hey, don't forget to check out JD Rob. We're reading about the characters on Saturday, unboxing on Sunday, Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Voyager recaps on Friday, If Then Fridays afternoon, of course, Flashback Mondays, and of course, my daily book reviews. Have a good one.